All right, my friends, they're back. The C60 EVO duo, Patty Greer and Chris Burris. That's not their real names. They were in a witness protection program, but that was a long time ago, and I'd rather not go into that right now. Friends, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, first of all, everybody is loving this, and right off the bat, this is it. Now that we got their names out of the way, this is your ignition switch to changing your life. Let's get down to brass tacks. Patty and Chris, what are you trying to peddle now? I know all about olive oil. I know. What's so special about this? Because that's precisely what people think, and wait until you hear the answer.
Well, what do you know about the Nobel Prize before it got infiltrated? I mean, they actually used to honor amazing things, and our molecule that's in all of our products received the Nobel Prize in the 90s. And I tend to carry it with me because it matches all my costumes, my amethyst. But it's truly a miracle molecule. And there's only 2 ingredients, so we're really strong with our delivery of this miracle, because for me, it saved my life. For you, it's changed things. For Chris, he runs the lab for 35 years, even though he's only 37. Like, I don't know how he's done it.
50.
Well, let me just start off right off the bat. This is olive oil ain't what this is about. Olive oil, great, terrific. You got to put it in something. That's it. It is your delivery system, your ignition switch. It is called the C60. You know what benzenes look like? Well, you know what? If only we had a molecular structure to show people what this looks like. Hey!
Boom.
Now,
magic.
This is the C60 molecule. Chris, do your magic. What is that, and why is this so special?
So this molecule was actually discovered at Rice University. That's here in Houston, where our lab is based, in 1985. And the 3 scientists who discovered this molecule went on to win the Nobel Prize for that discovery in 1996. So short 11 years from discovery to being awarded the Nobel Prize. Our lab started manufacturing this in 1991, a full 5 years before they were awarded the Nobel Prize. We are the oldest and longest manufacturer and distributor of this molecule on the planet. It's an amazing molecule. They won the Nobel Prize because in industrial applications, it does an amazing job. They thought, for various reasons, that the molecule would be toxic. They put it in a toxicity study, and instead of being toxic, the test subjects that they gave it to, in this case, Wistar rats, lived 90% longer than the control group.
Stop right. See, this kills me. By the way, it's called a Wistar rat. Now, should we ask for that when we buy our rats? Should we go for that particular model? I didn't even know if they had a model. Anyway, so they wanted to see if they said, hey, let's see if this kills people. Yep. Wrong. Not only does it not kill people, it prolongs their life. Now, if that's not serendipity or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what it is. Now, Chris, what is so special about the C60 molecule? He asked.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I love to give credit to the researchers because they could have been done with their study, right? There were 3 groups in this study. There was one group given water, one group given olive oil, and then one group given olive oil with the ESS60 molecule. The group with water, they all died at about 32 months. That's when a typical Wistar rat dies. And they could have stopped their experiment, right? Because when all of the control rats, those given water, are dead, and all of the quote unquote toxic rats are still alive, that's toxicity study is over. Like, that molecule is not toxic. They continued to do the animal husbandry for another 2.5 years so that we could get this fantastic result. What we believe it's doing, and I actually have a slide to kind of describe what we believe it's doing. It's called the BOSS theory. Stands for Buffering Oxidative Stress System. Really nice. I love the moniker. And what gives credibility to this theory is that we know from peer-reviewed published research, this ESS60 molecule gets into the mitochondria. We also know from way back in the 90s when it was discovered that this molecule can hold up to 6 negatively charged particles. So in a healthy mitochondria, its job is to produce energy for the cells. Every cell in your body has between 50 and 5,000 mitochondria, except for your blood cells. They have 0, and your brain and neurons, they have 2 million. It's not surprising our most consistent testimonial, taking the product in the morning, reporting mental focus and energy during the day, and then better sleep that night. energy and focus during the day, better sleep at night, all brain related, 2 million mitochondria in the brain. So in this mitochondria, it's producing a negative byproduct. You think about your car going down the road, it produces exhaust. You think about a power plant, it's got a smokestack, it's producing smoke. In the case of mitochondria, it's reactive oxygen species. The way I picture these, they're like little negatively charged bumper cars running around your body. And if they're left to their own devices, they run around and everything they smack into, they cause rust. They cause oxidative stress, oxidative damage, ultimately inflammation. And that's a horrible situation, but like most biological systems in our body, there's a way to manage that, and that is the internal antioxidants, glutathione and melatonin. So you can see here, those reactive oxygen species are pictured as this kind of beautiful, tranquil baby blue color because they've been bonded with glutathione, bonded with melatonin. They're not going to run around like little bumper cars. But what happens when you stress a mitochondria? So first, how do you stress a mitochondria? I point out, if you're alive in modern society, you have stressed mitochondria. And at that point, it starts producing more of these reactive oxygen species than the internal glutathione and melatonin can manage. So you see, some of them are managed by the glutathione and melatonin, the baby blue color. And then these other red ones, these are the ones that aren't managed. And that's, again, if they're left to their own devices running around the body, causing all of this rust. And that's where the ESS60 molecule comes in. Again, from peer-reviewed published research, we know it's in the mitochondria. We can see here it's holding up to 6 negatively charged particles, so they can't run around like little bumper cars. And then when that mitochondria is able to replenish the glutathione and or replenish the melatonin, then those antioxidants can manage those reactive oxygen species appropriately. That's why we say that this ESS60 molecule is the boss. And the summary is, we're reducing the negative impact of stress mitochondria. And given how much mitochondria is in your system, if you reduce the negative impact of stress mitochondria, you should have systemic benefits. You should have what we have, which are head-to-toe testimonials. And I know Patty likes to break this down a little simpler.
But Chris, can you tell me what it does? I had to ask that.
It protects,
this is beautiful. See, most people, they come up with this ridiculous answer, but I don't know. Is that you are? See, I love that. Now, Patty, of course, has put it through. See, that's one thing for you to be there in the glutathione, whatever your laboratories. You with your shop class glasses, ready to go. She puts it to the test. Now, let me tell you about you. What this woman goes through on a regular basis, the stress, risking her life, every kind of toxin known to mankind and stuff she'd rather not talk about while the authorities are listening. Let's talk about your story, young lady. What do you have to say about this?
Well, luckily that was 7 years ago that I was dealing with scummy people. And once I discovered the C60 EVO formula, my body started changing. And I had just been poisoned by uranium by a man who intentionally was worried about what I knew. So he put uranium in my garage and I got really sick and weak. I didn't see it until I was literally moving out. And there it was behind a paint can in the garage, and it said it right on the vial, uranium. Wow. So instantly I knew why I had been all of a sudden fainting for the first time in my life. Yeah, I was definitely tested.
First of all, what a story. I can imagine like the skull and crossbones. This is like a cartoon or something. You pull it back and there's this thing. And that's part of your story. Anybody, by the way, who researches the incredible work you've done, which should be another topic one day. I mean, you have lived and continue to live a pretty interesting life. I'll put your story up against anybody's.
Oh,
Not
no.
yours, Chris. Yours is a long time ago. Let's face it, that was with a motorcycle gang. And listen, it happens. We were young. We were stupid. But you noticed this, and your mother noticed this as well. She is a spry. How old is she now?
She is 97 and still has perfect hair and nails, goes to the salon regularly. She doesn't drive. She's got a helper, but she doesn't have a hair out of place and her nails are not chipped. So at 97, she still cares and reads big, thick novels. But my mom makes me a little guilty because she doesn't forget anything. I was hoping, maybe a little dementia. I wasn't hoping, but, because I was actually, I got to admit,
a little dementia god.
She just wants her to forget the bad stuff. If we could just forget all the bad stuff, I want perfect memory other places.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, Mom, I just want you to love me, to the last day. So I said to her, you amaze me at 97, and I know I send you the EVO, and I know you put the facial serum on, and you look as young as me at 97. I'm, 92, but I'm in my 70s. But I say to her, like, I don't know how you do it, because at 70 something, I wake up and I'm just like, oh, this is going to take some work, to go from. Sometimes I feel like fried chicken wings, like my wings are so tight. And yesterday it was like a butterfly, it's like, oh, thank God. I love it when I come out of my inflammaging, because as humans, and I'm 73, we have challenges in our body, but I take this every day.
Oh, yeah.
And it lubricates all my joints.
There you go. There you go. Now
That's
we're
amazing.
talking.
Yeah. I mean, the lubrication.
You wake up and you're a butterfly. Chris wakes up. He's got to find his socks and find his car, for that matter. So where am I? And then he calls home. But that's your private life, and we don't have to go into that. It's in the past. Now, here's what I do.
The button he pushes and the car comes to him. So don't.
What I love to do is, and this is all seriousness aside, as we used to say, every morning, this is the stuff. Now, this is so, let me tell you how difficult this is. You know how you say, now, how do I do this? Can you get the glasses? I can't read the instructions. Here's the instructions. Show us how to do this, Chris. What do you do?
5 mils or 1 teaspoon. So this is a high quality extra virgin olive oil. My bottle's almost empty here. With as much of the ESS60 molecules we can get to dissolve in it. When I take it, I actually swish it around in my mouth for a little bit. We won't do it for an extended period because we're on the show here. But it's, olive oil was used by the Egyptians as a toothpaste. It's known to be an antiviral, known to be an antibacterial. So good for your oral microbiome. And then, of course, you've got the ESS60 molecule in it. So, so cheers.
Cheers. You say teaspoon, I take a tablespoon because I'm just a little thing, but I like a good energy to get me through the rest of the day.
Now, I just took a hit of it. And the first thing that you notice, remember that the olive oil is just you got to put it in something. By the way, Chris, you say SS60 or ESS60?
ESS, elemental safe spheres, 60 atoms. So ESS60.
Is that different than C60, or is that just what you call it? Or
yeah, the way we think about it is C60 is an industrial molecule for industrial applications. So inks, batteries, tires, photocells. And there is peer-reviewed published research that proves if it's improperly processed, it is harmful. ESS60 is C60 that's been processed for people.
There we go. Okay, don't want people to be confused. It says C60, but it's not. This is ESS. Anyway, don't worry. We're not throwing it back. And I just did it right now. And I'm telling you, before I forget, the first thing you notice is that there's a taste to the olive oil itself. I mean, most people don't even taste olive oil because it's always coating something else. There's kind of a peppery kick to it, but immediately, all you have to do is just take it and just wait a little bit. Now, you're not going to walk around. You're not going to be bounding off the walls. But after just a couple of days, you'll notice something. You'll just notice. Now, again, I'm not going to tell you that all of a sudden you can start learning Esperanto overnight or whatever it is. But I'm telling you, I do it every single day. I've got it near the coffee machine. That's it. And what you saw, that's the regimen. That's it. See you tomorrow. It's not where I've got to keep doing this all day long and I've got to time it. It's that simple. Yeah. Period. End of discussion.
Spoon before noon. That's my glow.
Listen to you. Now, this is my favorite. Not that this is the Rich Body Cream Tangerine. My wife has been saying for the longest time, you should be lubing your elbows. I said, hey, there's kids listening. No, but she says, you should be, because I don't do it. I don't think men do it. And I one time had something on my leg. I don't know what it was. It was a mung. I don't know what this thing was, but it was not good. And I figured out, as I was looking for something, I said, what the hell? I don't know what's in here. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it went away. But the smell, This is like, listen, if you have any doubts as to aromatherapy, smell this. Forget that lavender. That's cutesy. This is like, wow, tangerine like you can't believe.
It took work. It took work to get that scent. And the first batch came back. We wait 4 weeks because we do full testing on it. So we have to wait 4 weeks to be sure that it remains stable. And so when we got the samples, we all smelled it and went, oh. And it was right before Christmas. And Chris goes, you better say yes, or we won't have it for Christmas. And I went, and we didn't do it. So we missed Christmas because it wasn't the divine scent that you had in your hand. And when we did the second round, she knew to be really mindful, our formulator. And boy, she made up for lost time. It is so divine. It's tangerine and citrus. And yeah, everybody loves the scent. And a few of our influencers say, I just sniff as my wife walks by, but I like it even, So men and women use our products equally. Our facial serums cracks me up. I think it's almost more men are using our lotions and serums because they know the molecule works. Everybody wants to look better.
Now, Chris, do we have any other? Your testimonials are so terrific. And by the way, next time, please come prepared, please. But we've got some other stuff as well. Do we want to review some of this other? I love your literature, and you're quite the artist. What do we have here, my friend?
This is all hand-drawn by ChatGPT. So you were talking about people taking it for a couple of days and then noticing something. And we think about somebody's experience on our product to be really like 3 months, where month 1 is focus and energy. You can see that here. There's one testimonial that I really like in the focus and energy arena, which is we got some product to an influencer. She took the product in the morning, sent in her video that evening, and she pointed out that she didn't finish her cup of coffee. Now, if you're a coffee drinker, and I am a coffee drinker, and you notice that you don't finish your cup of coffee and point it out in a video in this case, it's a big deal. I used to be a 2 to 3 cup of coffee per day person. I'm now like more of 1, maybe a 1/2. It's really about the ritual. I like to come to the office, make coffee. It smells amazing. And it's also when I take my product, like in my coffee routine. So I don't want to change my routine because I might forget to take the product, and I don't like when that happens. Month 2 is more about deeper sleep. And in reality, I think deeper sleep is happening in month 1 and supporting the focus and energy. But everybody gets a little bit more or less sleep every day. And it can be hard to track back, oh, I started taking C60 EVO and my sleep is better overall. So month 2 is where deeper sleep sets in. And my business coach, the way he puts it, for 50 years, he needed an alarm clock. When he started taking this product on a regular basis, he wakes up before the alarm clock. Doesn't matter if he has a late night mixer or a late night business dinner. None of that matters, except if he doesn't get the product for 10 days, then he starts to need the alarm clock again. And in fact, that coincides with the literature that suggests this molecule is out of your body in about 10 days. And then finally, month 3, if you think about reducing the negative impact of stress mitochondria and the systemic benefits we should see, the head-to-toe testimonials we should see, we start getting powerful testimonials that are so powerful we can't share them until we do something, which is all the way up here, which is working on clinical trials. We're hoping to start this before the year. The technology is not cooperating with us, so it'll probably be the beginning of next year. We will start a frequent and severe headache study because of testimonials. Mine, my wife's, Patty's mom's caretaker, just so many powerful testimonials in this arena.
Influencers.
Yeah. So, and then HSCRP, that stands for high sensitivity C-reactive protein. It is an inflammatory marker, easy blood test, typically associated with cardiovascular disease and cancers. We've got a practitioner who shared in his patient cohort reduction from a very elevated HSCRP into normal ranges in 4 to 8 weeks on our product. And additionally, improvements in sleep and HRV, which stands for heart rate variability. It's a marker that you track to understand your physiological ability to manage stress. He's seeing improvements in HRV and sleep of 20 to 60%. Finally, next we've got a sleep trial We've already done an informal sleep trial. 100% of this small cohort reported improvements in sleep while they were taking the product. So we want to do a more formalized version of that trial. And then finally, it took a while to convince me to do it. It didn't take that long. I just, I didn't wake up and go like, today we should do a cosmetic. No, Patty woke up and said, hey, today you're doing a cosmetic. And so we have our cosmetic that we're doing a wrinkle and age spot study on.
Let me do that there. Now show us what you got there. Hang on a minute here.
Oh yeah, that's our wrinkle and age spot study. This is our Skin Reduo. So it's a peptide, UTH29. It's water soluble, so we had to keep our oil soluble ESS60 activator separate. Well, we didn't have to. We could have shoved them together with an emulsifier, but I don't like how emulsifiers sound. And if you Google them, there are in fact only health detractions for emulsifiers. So we kept it in a 2-part. So you literally activate this in your hand, and that's what's driving our wrinkle and age spot study.
Now, let's look at the actual products themselves, Patty, because this is not just olive oil that you can drink or skin cream. Is there anything you can't use ESS60 on? Is there nothing that it benefits? I mean, remember the goes for use for everywhere but your eyes. I mean, aside from that, though, it's just a miraculous, I don't want to keep saying this, but it's a miraculous molecule. It's not.
Well, I think if you think about working at the level of the mitochondria, right, reducing the negative impact of something that every cell in your body has between 50 and 5,000 of, and your brain cells have 2 million of, like we start to get into the situation. Chris, do you think it would help with the liver? Does the liver have mitochondria?
Yeah, right,
yes.
Right.
Would it help with the spleen? Does
Right.
the spleen have mitochondria?
Right.
Would it help with your skin? Does your skin have mitochondria? Like it just becomes this, hey, if it's got mitochondria, then there is the potential that it's going to be have a
And you're, by the way,
impact.
the only person I know who actually talks about it, because so many other people, I'm not going to mention the products, but they talked about it without explaining what it meant. I know. In fact, one time someone said, "Who is this mitochondria?" I said, "No, mitochondria." It doesn't really mean. Now, let's go to this. What do we have here, young lady? Well, aside from that, we got to get you a new picture. That looks rather ominous. I got to get you a new one. Anyway,
Okay. Send it, I'll fix it. No problem.
Indeed.
So if people go to the link that's in your big red moniker there, they're going to go to our website specifically for you so that they can get extra deals that we don't offer on the website, only on /EVLNation. So we encourage, like Chris was saying, the 3-month period, because then you can get maximum results. Every time he talks about the 3 stages, I realized, man, I was the queen of all those in my life for me, because my coffee, he came and visited me, used to say, man, your mug looks like a hot tub. And now
it was a big mug.
It was a big mug. But now I do like half a cup of coffee. So I've really cut back. And the sleep, I sleep like a log. And the inflammaging, I just want to say, I lived through 2 hip replacements, barely noticed. Like I'm still cooking. And so the inflammaging, all these things are really true in a 3-month period. So we encourage people to do a 3-pack, because then you'll have it every 3 months. And, if it works for you, you can cancel at any time. But we have these specials, which is you can buy individual products on the store, or you can get the 2-pack with a discount, the 3-pack, which we do recommend for the 3-month trial, or 2 3-month trials at 6-pack. And you get a better deal the more you buy, needless to say. When you sign up for a monthly subscription, you're going to save even more. If you look at this landing page, you'll see a special link for EVLNation. It's his own personal code. You can save even more at checkout. So if you take 5 minutes while you're ordering, you're going to be able to get a really good price and try the products without very much risk, because all you're going to do is benefit. So people ask, what are your best products? What do people buy? I've never tried it. That olive oil on top was our #1 seller, because it is the formula used in most of the peer-reviewed studies on this molecule in the last 35 years, we're proud to say. It mostly came from our lab. Otherwise, it came from China. So Probably us. The two products that we sell the most are the, we call it the starter set, and it's the olive oil and the facial serum, which is absolutely lovely. It smells like rosemary. It's got a strong base of chia seed oil, which is really effective on skin. All natural ingredients with the ESS60 molecule blended in with oils. Fabulous for your skin, but when you're taking it on the inside and out, why we call it the inside out set, you're going to see benefits everywhere, head to toe. You're going to get the most benefit from the starter set. Again, if you get a 2-pack, you'll save some. If you get a 3-pack, which is 3 months, you'll save even more. The 6-pack, needless to say, you'll save more. Our best deal of all is a case. And if you buy a case of 12, you're going to save 25%, plus use Lionel's code and you're going to save another little bit at discount. So that's the best deal. And this is what we recommend to everyone if they say, where should I start? It's called the starter set for a reason, and you'll fall in love with both the products we're getting.
And by the way, you're going to be giving these away. There's something about this. You're going to say, here, take one. Here, take one. Take one. In fact, do this. We always we encourage it, of course. But I'm serious about this because I have given it away to so many friends. That's one of the reasons why I run out, because I'm so nice. Or I have it lying around and somebody will say, what is that? I go, here we go. Here, just take it and see for yourself. So if you've got a family, if you've got friends, neighbors, colleagues, business associates, they will thank you for this. I know that sounds corny, but it's true.
Yeah. Well, the case is a great deal because then you get to have some of them for free, you know, with all that discount.
Yep.
But I personally just went on the road in my new RV, and I thought I'd be gone a week. I was gone a month. I friggin' love driving. I was gone. I just got back like a week ago. And once I got back, I kind of looked at life and I went, you know, I think I want to be more on the road and more out of this little small mind. I'm starting to pack my house. I'm going to sell and move. I mean, it's like, stop, energy. Maybe I shouldn't do this halfway through the day because I'll probably pack a few more boxes. But I'm very motivated lately because of the way of the world, which all your shows talk about. Your shows are so impressive. The data constantly flows. But if people are getting stuck brain, this product, there's nothing better, because Chris talked about the 2 million mitochondria per cell in the brain. That's more than anywhere else in the body. So when you take a spoonful of this, you're going to be noticing mental focus and clarity. You're going to be able to research so much more and remember. So my mom, she remembered so many things when I complimented her body that she still gets around at 97. And she said, well, I didn't do half the stuff you did. So like you said, I've had a few attempts. I mean, I'm so lucky to be here every day. And if it wasn't for this, I swear I wouldn't be. So for people that don't like the taste of oil, we also sell capsules of this.
And tell us about the other things too. For pets, I mean, this is not just go through this. The multiplicity of all of these. Look at these. Look at this. What are some of the things we see here?
All these marvelous products, body cream. Okay, so we've got a dog formula and a cat formula, because like Chris said, is there mitochondria in your dog? Yeah. Yes. Is there mitochondria in your cat? Yeah. So I adopted an 18-year-old cat because they needed me to. And she was all crippled up. Man, you should see her today. She went with me on the road for a month in the RV, and she was the best company. She is a C60 EVO cat. And I put this in her food every morning. And now just petting her, I can feel the difference in her fur. Like, you know, when we talk about mitochondria and everybody on the air is talking about it, this is actually going to the subcellular level of your biology. I mean, cellular health, yeah, that's really important, but subcellular, that's where you start making change. And all those big words that Chris was talking about with the mitochondria and all this and that, it's really about detoxing your cells. That's what this does. Simple as could be. Detox your cells. A spoonful in the morning is all you need to go like crazy all day long.
And by the way, working in reverse, Chris, if I could take somebody, if I could say, all right, sit down. Now I'm going to do something. I have this machine where I'm going to take all of your unclogged mitochondria and I'm going to reverse it. See if you notice anything. Ready now? All of a sudden, you're going to notice something because it has an effect. Look, you don't need me to explain the obvious. If you want clogged up, dirty, filthy mitochondria, keep living the way you're doing. But if you want to get rid of it and purge it and expurgate and extravasate and remove and clean and bodularize and purify, this is it. I'm not saying, listen, I've told you this before. Whenever I hear anybody on any kind of show, I thought, oh God, here we go again. He's got something that, this is going to change the world. I've been using this for I don't know how long. I believe in it. I trust it. Just take a sip of this. I promise you'll be hooked because there is that methamphetamine in here. I'm kidding. But if health is addictive, then you can't get any more addicting than this. And the bottom line is now, Patty, if somebody calls up or just wants to just get this and they want to find out, you'll be able to walk them through it. You'll be able to explain this. Any questions you have, your customer service is the best because you really believe in it and you love your product and you obviously love people. Chris is a misanthrope. What are you going to do? But that's a different story. For years with the chain gang, it has an effect on people, but that's the past. Let's let it go. So anyway, what we do right now is go to C60 EVO.com/Lionel. See for yourself. Trust us on this. You will be I know people say this. You'll be so glad you did. That's the point of this. It is a tremendous product. And after doing this for, I don't know, it seems like forever, I have gotten to know you people and you are just as nice and just as sincere in real life as opposed to this. It's when you watch this, you think people are they're doing this just because they have to. But you are just like this and you believe in it. And Patty especially. If there's one thing about you, you are sincere.
I am.
Chris, another story. But just kidding. I kid you because it's true. Anyway, my friends, final word. Thank you so very much. Go right now, C60EVO.com/LionelNation. Get this for yourself. Change your life. You will be so glad. This is not a joke. And also, you can read the information. Is that correct? Chris, yep. On the site itself, you can read about these particular claims and incredible findings. This is really good. This is really great stuff. I believe in it 100%, and you will too. C60EVO.com/LionelNation. My friends, thank you. Any final words?
No, thank you. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for giving us access to your audience. We really appreciate that and know that you have their best interest at heart.
Oh, I've told you this before. I don't believe anybody. I don't believe it. Yeah. This is great. And all you got to do is just try it and people will be hooked. My friends, thank you so very much. We will talk again, my friends. And thank you.
Thank you.